in the heart of a city that hummed with the ceaseless rhythm of life. Nestled between a bakery that dusted the dawn with the scent of warm sugar and a florist whose blossoms spilled onto the pavement in a riot of color, there lived a cat named Seraphina. She was a creature of quiet elegance, a wisp of smoke-gray fur, with eyes the color of old jade. Her story was not one of grand adventure, but of the subtle, profound beauty that unfolds in the quiet corners of the world. Seraphina's domain was the rooftop garden of an old brownstone, a hidden Eden of terracotta pots and trailing ivy. Her days were a tapestry woven from simple, exquisite threads. She would greet the morning sun as it stretched its golden fingers over the cityscape, its warmth a gentle caress on her sleek fur. The distant city sounds the soft chime of a tram. The murmur of 1,000 lives awakening were the familiar soundtrack to her serene existence. She moved with a dancer's grace, a silent shadow flitting between potted lavender and fragrant mint. Her world was a sensory delight, the rough texture of sun-warmed brick under her paws, the delicate tickle of a butterfly's wing as it danced past her nose, the sweet, heady perfume of the night-blooming jasmine. Her human companion was an elderly artist named Elias, a man whose gentle hands had coaxed 1,000 landscapes from canvas and paint. They shared a silent, profound understanding, a companionship that transcended words. In the afternoons, as Elias sat at his easel, his brush strokes, a quiet whisper, Seraphina would curl on a nearby stool, her purr soft, rumbling counterpoint to the gentle scrape of bristle on canvas. He would often pause, a thoughtful smile gracing his lips, and reach out to stroke her soft head, his touch a familiar comfort. One blustery autumn evening, as the wind sang a mournful tune through the city's canyons, Elias grew still. The familiar scent of turpentine and oil paints began to fade from the small apartment, replaced by a sterile quiet that felt alien and cold. Men in solemn uniforms came, their voices low and respectful. Seraphina watched from the shadows of the rooftop, a knot of unease tightening in her chest. Elias did not return. The days that followed were a blur of confusion and a gnawing emptiness. The rooftop garden, once her sanctuary, now felt vast and desolate. The vibrant colors of the city below seemed muted, the once familiar sounds now jarring and intrusive. Seraphina's heart, a small, steady drum, now beat with a sorrow she could not comprehend. She grew thin, her once lustrous coat, now dull and unkempt. The world had lost its flavor, its warmth, its beauty. She would spend her days huddled in the shelter of a large terracotta pot. The memory of Elias's gentle touch, a phantom ache. One crisp starlit night, a small girl, with hair the color of spun gold and eyes as wide and curious as the moon, climbed onto the neighboring rooftop. She held a small silver flute, and as she began to play, a melody of breathtaking beauty drifted across the quiet space between the buildings. It was a tune of gentle sorrow, yet threaded with a resilient hope. A melody that spoke of loss and the quiet promise of a new dawn. Drawn by the ethereal sound, Seraphina crept from her hiding place. The girl, seeing the slender gray cat, lowered her flute. She didn't move or speak, but simply watched with an empathy that belied her years. Night after night, the girl would appear with her flute, her melodies, a balm to Seraphina's wounded spirit. Slowly, tentatively, the cat began to emerge from the fog of her grief. One evening, the girl extended a small hand, a morsel of roasted chicken resting in her palm. Seraphina, who had shied away from all human contact, hesitated. But in the girl's gentle gaze, she saw a reflection of the same kindness she had known with Elias. She took a tentative step forward, and then another, until her soft fur brushed against the girl's outstretched fingers. It was not a replacement, but a continuation. The love she had shared with Elias had not vanished. It had simply changed its form. In the shared silence between melodies, in the gentle offering of food, in the quiet companionship under the vast, star-dusted sky, Seraphina found a new reason to purr. Her story, which had been one of quiet contentment and then profound loss, now became a testament to resilience, to the enduring power of connection. The beauty of her life was not in its unbroken joy, but in the way her heart, though broken, had learned to heal and to love again. And as the girl's silver flute sent its hopeful notes into the city night, a small, smoke, gray cat, with eyes the color of old jade, would listen, her purr a soft, grateful echo in the quiet corner of a world that was, once again, filled with a gentle and profound beauty.